Alright boys, and welcome back to another vanilla base design. This next base is an expanded 2x2 that will serve any small group. This base will defend your loot in an offline raid and be even more effective in an online raid. Either Wurst and Sven have recently brought out a couple of brilliant 2x2s, and I'm hoping this one can do just as well. This base has space to move, storage to store, and peaks to defend. The ideal number of players for this base would be around 5, of course you could pull it off with less, or be a larger group and lazy. This base can be built from a standard 2x2 airlock as long as some of the things have been left wooden, and each section of the base can be upgraded at any time so there's no rush. The majority of this tour is going to be covered by the cinematics, however I'll focus on the more important features next. If you'd like to have the base for yourself, head over to Builder Sanctuary where you can load in my base using this code. There were a couple of extra things in the base that I didn't think the debug camera touched on perfectly, so I'm just going to focus in on some things. Also, some things are a little bit different from the start to now, because I got some boys through on Builder Sanctuary to come have a look and we got some feedback and we've changed some things on the base. The bottom level of peaks are split up into 4 sections, 2 airlock areas that take you into the main core, and there's also 2 open sections like this as well, so the base is symmetrical again. Inside here there's space for turrets, furnaces and mixing tables, and there's also 2 of these inside the open section, so 4 total. Just little loot rooms on staircases that also act as honeycombing from the outside. There's also extra bedrooms that go all the way around peekdowns, and they're covered by a garage door and a ladder to get up to those. If you boys didn't know, Rust is actually pay to win. If you're lucky enough to own the neon sign kit, then what you can do is you can create a one-sided window. From the outside, this is what someone would see. A glowing sign that practically covers up your hollow sight. From the inside of the base, it's completely different. You can see all the way around without anyone knowing you're even in here watching them. This is perfect for raid defense or just for killing grubs in your compound. Each entrance is equipped with one of these and they're really not expensive on electricity. Next up, I want to give you a tour of the peekdowns because I think they're really good. And this ramp combines with some metal bars to give a really nice peek down on your front door. You can also peek into your bedrooms and your extra loot rooms from here, and all the way down to the sides towards the turrets. After testing the peekdowns a little bit further, I realised there's perfect room for the grenade toss section in here. So we have 2 peekdowns that lead down the way towards the doors. However, the best thing to do is to stand in the middle and bounce grenades off the ramps. Over this side of peaks it gets super weird. We've got stairs that are actually held up by ramps across in the shooting floor, and these are perfect for peeking down onto people below, and you can get a lot of different angles from this section here. I also want to quickly touch on the shooting floor and just show you a couple of features we have here. There's the standard multi-TC gap peaks that you can use to peek down. This staircase is also perfect for head glitching people that are far away. Then we have the standard door open peaks, and you need a siren light here to make sure you don't fall out. And the shooting floor is completely symmetrical, so we have the same peak again. However, behind us you can actually use this stair to jump on top of some siren lights, and it gives the perfect peak onto your roof. Most people wouldn't expect this, and you can see that the roof peaks are actually slightly covered by the slanted roof. You can definitely catch people off guard with these, whether it's a scrap heli, minicopter, or people just laddering onto your roof. In total on the roof there are 2 turret ports, 4 roof peak ups, and 2 exits onto the roof. Finally, the core of your base is in fact a stability bunker, so you're going to need some sleeping bags in here. Closing the bunker is pretty simple. You open this door, place a frame connecting onto that wall, and then place a roof on the side. You can upgrade the roof through here, and that creates your armored seal from above. No one can get inside this bunker, even if they break the ladder hatch. This is the same bunker style that Sven used in his base, so I'll link that down below for you guys to check out. This brief raid test is to show you guys what happens after the base has been pummeled from the front facing side. It'll show you how many rockets it takes to get the TC from this angle, and it's also to show you that the peaks and shooting floor stay standing even after half the base has been taken out. In an online raid scenario, it takes a total of 40 rockets to get to TC, and as you can see the shooting floor remained standing on the outside, and 1 peak was missing on the inside. First off, you need to find a fairly open and flat area to build your base. This base has got a pretty big footprint, so make sure you've got enough room. For starters, we're going to put down a 2x2 with an airlock. You can upgrade all these foundations to stone. The door frames on your airlock need to be wooden, however the rest of the walls can be stone. Add a wooden roof above your airlock, and stone roofs everywhere else. Pick your favourite square to be your TC, and make sure you lock your TC pretty early on. Add a door in front, a single door in between, and another double door. Then you can chuck on some doors and place down all your boxes and bags. The start base has got quite a lot of wood involved, so we need to get to phase 2 as quickly as possible. Once you're ready to keep building, come inside and face your TC. We're going to place a triangle foundation through this wall to the left. On top of this foundation, we're going to add a half height triangle. You can break the wall and upgrade these 2. Place in one more foundation and upgrade it to stone. You can use this to get on top of your roof. The half triangle that we just placed is super important as we're going to use it to build our bunker later on. Come on top of your roof and we're going to wall in the wooden square. Add 3 walls and a half wall in front. To the right we're going to wall this one in as well, and 2 walls behind. Then fill in the gaps with door frames. Upgrade this all to stone, then you can add a stone roof except for the top left square. Place in a couple doors, and you can place a ladder hatch frame on top of your half wall. From the top of your base, we're going to add in window frames, and on the opposite corner. Then you can fill in the rest of those gaps with door frames. Upgrade all this stuff to stone, and then you can add a stone roof all the way around. Place in some embrasures and some doors. Use this section for some early game roof camping, and you can leave the outer doors wooden so that you don't waste metal frags. Once you're ready to continue, we're going to soft set out the wooden floor and the 2 door frames. Replace the door frames with walls, and place a ladder hatch inside your frame. Now that your only entrance is on the 2nd floor, we need to build a way up. Place a triangle foundation in the middle, and one to the right. You can upgrade all these triangles to stone, then you can wall in the triangle on the right. Build on top of the triangles, and then you can add a triangle roof in the middle. Place another triangle on top to stand on, and then build this jump up on the other side. The next stage is to put down the other 2 TCs, so try and farm up enough mats to put down a compound. Make your way over to the flat side that's not got any triangles on it yet, and we're going to add in 3 triangles. Upgrade the outer 2 and leave the middle 1 twig. From the middle we're going to place 7 squares heading out of the way. After the 7th square we're going to add a triangle, and then we're going to break the squares. You can break this triangle as well, and go back to triangles. Once you've reached the end, you're going to finish this off with 5 triangles. They create a little line like this. Apart from the line, all the other triangles can get broken. Next, break this middle triangle and place this one back. Upgrade all your triangles to stone. These triangles are going to be decaying until we connect them to a TC, so we'll go and build that now. Place 2 squares off the middle, followed by 5 more squares. The first 2 squares can get upgraded to stone, and they can have a stone wall in between. Next, add in 3 metal frames. On the 3rd frame, we're going to add a square to the right, and in these 2 squares, we're going to build an Alone in Tokyo style gatehouse. All the gatehouse can get upgraded to stone, and then you can place in your doors and windows. Break the twig squares leading up to the gatehouse, and then add 1 more square at the end of the gatehouse. Upgrade this square to metal, break the square in between, and upgrade this square to metal too. On the final square we're going to add 2 raised triangle foundations. On the one to the right we're going to place in doors, add half walls in the middle, and wall in this triangle. Upgrade your airlock to stone, and then upgrade everything else to metal. Place full walls in between, and then give everything a roof. Place your TC on this triangle, and make sure you give it a lock. Add a window in front, then add in a metal roof off of this spare foundation. Use the deployable to get back inside, and connect it with a wooden triangle. This connects your TC towards your main base, and if you'd like to disconnect it, you can break this triangle. Finally, you can place in your doors, boxes, whatever you'd like inside. Go ahead and repeat those steps onto the right hand side of the base. Once you've made both of your gatehouses, you can make your way over to your front door and add a square off the middle. Off the square, we're going to add a square in front and a triangle at either side. You can upgrade all this to stone for just now, and then do that on the opposite side. From your external TC, we're going to close the gap with a triangle and a square. You can break the triangle and upgrade the square. Same on this side, triangle and a square. And then do that to this side as well. That's actually the entire footprint for the base, so if that fits, then you're good to go. Next, I recommend you put down a compound. Hopefully you've got some metal and high quality inside base, because we're going to do some upgrading soon. Now that you've got the compound down and some metal cooking, it's time to do some upgrading. From inside the core, we're going to upgrade pretty much everything to armored. You can leave the foundations metal, however armor the one that the TC's on, and then replace all of your doors with armored doors and garage doors. Just to demonstrate, your bunker is already working at this phase, so if you guys would like to log off, you can. And as you can see, no one can get inside your base, even if they break the ladder hatch. Breaking your bunker is as simple as breaking this twig in the morning. The second level can also get upgraded to metal. and you can make this square into a loot room. On the outside of the base, we're going to upgrade all the foundations to metal. You can also upgrade this triangle to metal, and all the walls around the first floor to metal too. You can also finish the honeycombing around the bottom floor on opposite sides. In order to expand your door path, place a triangle frame in the middle, upgrade to metal, and then add walls all the way along. Add a roof on top, and upgrade to metal. Then you can place in an extra door and a trap. Next, raise the honeycombing up to match the other two sides. We're also going to upgrade all the foundations around the base to metal. Face your front door and we'll build our airlock. Add a single door on the left, and a window frame on the right, and a window frame in the middle. Finish it off with a double door frame and a roof, and your airlock can be stone. Make another airlock on the opposite side. Next, face your external TC and we're going to add 2 stone walls. Add those walls on the opposite side as well, and you can also wall in each of your squares and upgrade them to stone. Inside each square we're going to build a loot room, so I'll show you how to do that. Place a ramp to stand on and you can upgrade to whatever you'd like. Then place a ramp inside and another ramp at half height. And you can upgrade your ramps to whatever you want. Place in your boxes, then you can add in a metal window frame, some shutters, and a window. Then you can fill in the rest of the shell with metal walls. The outer squares in your compound is actually used for furnace storage, so you can add in some door frames and a wall. Then add a roof on top. And in here you can place in a shelf and some boxes. These 2 loot rooms are right next to your gate, so you can use them as quick depot, or you can store ores and wood next to the furnaces. On top of your loot rooms we're going to create some bedrooms. Add a ladder off to the side, and we're going to wall in this square. Add a roof on top, and a frame facing in the way. Upgrade this stuff to stone. Design the inside of these bedrooms however you'd like, and then do the same thing to the other 3 squares. Next, raise up the rest of the shell to the same height as the base. All of the twig walls can get upgraded to metal. You can also place a frame on top of your external loot room for stability. Next, we're going to raise the shell up one more time. This time we're going to skip out on the squares, and you can make all of these twig walls metal. Once again, add a frame on the side for stability, and this time you can add 2 floors on top of it. Same thing on this side. On top of these new floors we're going to add in some low ramps that face down towards the base. You can upgrade these ramps to metal, and then build those on the other side. Face those new ramps that you just placed, and we're going to add in some triangles over here. Place a half wall and another triangle. From here you can place one behind, and another one. Then you can demolish all the stuff in front. Using the outer triangles we just placed, we're going to add 2 floors at half height, and then add staircases on top. Make sure the staircases look like they connect to the ramps, and then if they do, you can break the twig. Once you've gotten the staircases placed, you can add in some walls. Upgrade these walls to metal along with the stairs. Once you place your stairs, you can break these triangles on the outside. Repeat these steps on the side and make sure the stairs are placed before the walls. Next, raise up the left and right to the same height. Next, remove all the doors and windows from inside your shooting floor. Next, you can wall off your window to enclose 2 triangles. Then you can place 2 boxes down. Do the same thing to the other windows. Then we need to place in some triangles at half height. I've already placed in all the frames, so there's nowhere to add a half wall, so I'm going to add a roof off the middle and a half height triangle inside. You can break the roof now and use this triangle to go around. We're also going to need a half triangle over here and over here. Then you can break all the squares in between and upgrade all your new triangles to metal. Next, you can place in the top layer of boxes. And once all your loot rooms are made, you can add triangles on top. This triangle and this triangle are going to be your jump ups, and there's space for a locker inside here. You can also upgrade the core ceiling to metal as well. And you can place in a wooden triangle to access those boxes better. Add roofs on top of your lockers. Next, we're going to place in some frames for stability so that our peekdowns stay up during an online raid. Place frames all the way up on the left and all the way up on the right. Off the square, we're going to add only 2 frames. And you can upgrade all these frames to metal. Add those into the opposite side as well. Pick one of the sides where you've added in all the frames and add a half wall on top. Then add in a floor. You can demolish the half wall from the side and upgrade the floor. Then add a couple of half walls on top. And then place in a ramp leading up the way in the middle. Go ahead and do that to the opposite side as well. On the staircase side, we're going to add in 3 triangles. And they can all be metal. Same over here. You can also add in 2 triangles on either side. Make sure you have a gap in between the 2 triangles and then you can upgrade them. Over on this section, we're going to place a half wall, a half floor, and a floor inside. Then you can break the twig outside and add a floor on top. Place a staircase and a raised ramp. Upgrade the staircase and the floor and the ramp. And then you can break the twig underneath. And then you repeat that process on the other 4 squares. Next, make your way over to where you added stability and we're going to add in some triangles. Place in your triangles just like that and do that to the opposite side. On this section of the base, we're going to add in 2 triangles. And on this side as well. You can do that to the opposite side. And all of the new twig can get upgraded to metal. Finally, in these triangle gaps, place some roofs in at the very end. These roofs will actually block the placement of this triangle, so make sure you do this triangle first. Next, I'm going to show you guys how to separate up your peaks. Add in a couple doors on the left and right, and then prison gates all the way up. And you can do that to the opposite side. On this side, we're going to add in 2 single doors. Same with this side. Where the 2 ramps are, we're going to add double doors on each side. Should also place siren lights off the side. And then you can add in windows everywhere else. And you can upgrade everything in twig to stone. Place in your single doors, double doors, and embrasures. Next, wall in both of your jump ups. And add door frames in front. Face your stair peaks and we're going to add a door in the middle and a window on the left. Add in 2 walls on the right and 2 single doors. You can place a locker in here with a window in front. Upgrade all this stuff to stone and then do that on the opposite side. And in this space we're going to add a jump up to the top floor. Then you can add in 2 stone frames and do the same on the opposite side. You can add a ceiling in the middle and then upgrade the rest of your ceiling to metal. Face out the way and add a door frame in the middle and a double door. Then add a stone roof on top and 2 stone walls. Repeat that on this side. Next we need to add in some walls in between the shooting floor and the peak downs. Make your way over to this section with 3 triangles and we're going to add in a single door and 2 double door frames. And you can upgrade all of this stuff to stone. And make that on the opposite side. This is going to be our entrance to the shooting floor. You can add walls in between everything else. All the walls in between should be upgraded to metal and then you can add in your doors. Next we can give our peak downs a roof. And the roof above your peak downs can get upgraded to metal. Before we can add a roof on top of the shooting floor, we're going to build our peak ups. Make a way over to where the staircase is and we're going to add a stone frame on the side. From there we can attach a stone ladder hatch frame. Then we can add a low wall on top and 3 half walls. Upgrade your half walls to stone and place a roof on top. In order to create the best peak up, we're going to place some siren lights underneath the frame. And you can see these are perfect to look onto your roof. And now you can make the other 3 roof peak ups. Once you've built all 4, you can add floors all the way around your shooting floor. And all of these new floors can get upgraded to stone. To complete the roof, we'll add some roof ramps, but before we do that, we're going to give the base some more stability. Ladder on top of your bedrooms, and you're going to add frames wherever you can. Once you've placed in some frames, you should be good to add your roof ramps. On this side of the base, we're going to place 2 square roof ramps. And then you can add a triangle roof ramp next to them. And you can also add square roofs on top of your roof peaks. And you can upgrade all of these roofs to stone. Next, make your way over to the opposite sides of your jump up, and we're going to add in a turret port. We can upgrade this to stone and add a turret inside. And once you boys finish off the roof, that is the base completely finished. This 2x2 is super cool, and I really hope to see you out there on some servers. If you boys run into any problems, or if you need some help, just let me know in the comments down below. Or you can join my Discord and I can help you on there. Also, feel free to drop a like and a sub if you can, and I'll see you boys in the next one.